Hello, and you are very welcome back to the National Aquatic Centre here in Dublin. The introduction to the gallery here of the two teams for the second game this evening, Scotland and England, and we will be back with you very shortly.
Number 5, Rachel Tibet. Number 6, Lucy Blankenship. Number 8, Ruby Rosser. Number 10, Connie Toon. Number 11, Louise Weisbank. Number 12, Melanie Parsons. Number 13, Madeline Brown. Head coach, Catherine Hector. Assistant coach, Will Silver. Team manager, Victoria Wilson. Apologies, number 7 is captain for England 2011. The Scottish team, number 2, captain, Robbie. 1, Sarah Christie. 3, Rachel Luke. 4, Lucy Oakham. 5, Chloe Burkwood. 6, Eliza Centre. 7, Grace Dowley. 8, Lucy McNair. 9, Laura Burrell. 10, Rachel Bell. 11, Sarah Maxwell. 12, Nicole Morrison. 13, Aaron Mills. Head coach, Alan Donaldson. Assistant coach, Nico Fanu. Team manager, Debbie McRobbie. Our referees this evening are Mr. Ian Hanrahan from Ireland, Mr. Michael Jukes from Wales, and our delegate is Mr. Stephen O'Brien from Ireland. Please all stand for the English National Anthem.
Today's overstated status of the Scottish National Anthem.
Very good evening and welcome back to the National Aquatic Centre here in Dublin for game 2 of 2 on this Friday night. It's Scotland v England, and in case you're just joining us, Ireland had a very good 21-5 win over Wales. I'm joined tonight, of course, by the academy coach at North Dublin, Mick O'Kane. Mick, another good game in store here tonight.
Yeah, well, we had a wonderful opener, Kieran, and thanks again to Ireland Waterpolo, Swim Ireland, the National Aquatic Centre and HBV Studios to have me here alongside you. Obviously, we had a cracking first game between Ireland and Wales, and here we have the second game in the Ladies Four Nations tournament between England and Scotland.
Yeah, indeed, and it should be another cracker here at the National Aquatic Centre in what is going to be a bumper weekend of water polo. So as we've mentioned, Ireland and Wales have just finished. England and Scotland about to take centre stage, and tomorrow from 9:30 tomorrow morning in the men's competition we've England and Wales, followed by Ireland and Scotland. The women return at 1:45 with the Welsh and Scotland, followed by a 3:15 start for Ireland and England. And tomorrow night we conclude at 5:30 with Scotland and Wales, followed by Ireland and England. And what a better way could it be to set up your weekend with a bumper weekend here, thanks to HBV Live of Water Polo, live from the National Aquatic Centre here in Dublin. So both sides are in the pool. Scotland in their traditional all blue and the very easily to spot blue caps. For England it's red and the red and white caps, and the swim off has started, and it looks as if Scotland are going to win it, and indeed they have. And Scotland, as you look at it, will play from left to right in this first quarter, England from right to left. And interestingly enough, England are very happy to just push right up and foul high up the pool, Mick.
Indeed, Kieran. So, as we said in the first game, what will be interesting to see in this second match is what will the matchups be, and will we see early doors any particular tactics, formations? At the moment, England were able to deal with that in a press type setup, and now here they have the ball. Let's see what England look like on their first attack.
All right, so England just trying to work something over on the right-hand side of the pool there with Amelia Brooksbank, but Scotland more than able to get a hand in, and that hand in came there from Rachel Mell. So Scotland's uniforms adorned with the saltire on the back, and Scotland giving away a free to England, which they've taken really quickly, and a chance of an open goal for England.
Oh.
Really good start from England. It was a great ball in from Harriet Dickens, and she found Emile Perkins, who was more than happy to put it into the back of Zara Christie's net. And a really good start for the English here. And Scotland now taking tip off and trying to swim right through the middle of the English attack, and the ball is with Rachel
It must
Mell.
be said, a lovely start for Amelie Perkins. She is 15 from Cheltenham. So a young centre forward, Kieran, so really impressive goal from such a young player, but just showing you the calibre of young players. I think we'll talk about this a lot over this weekend, that it's young players coming through these teams that are getting a chance to play for their senior representative side. So very impressive start from Amelie Perkins of the Cheltenham club.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a chance for England to go 2-0 here. It was a really good ball from Maddie Coldrop right up to Harriet Dickens, and Dickens again across to Perkins, and Perkins was fouled inside the area, and now she will step up. No, in fact she won't. She will allow Holly Toon to try and put the English 2-0 up, and that is a really good penalty from Holly. Bounced it off the surface, and the skid took it beyond Zara Christie in the Scottish goal. And a bit like Ireland in game 1, England have just come flying out of the blocks. They lead by 2-0, and they will be very happy with that start to their opening game of this home nations tournament. And of course, when England do play Ireland tomorrow, by the looks of things, with Ireland winning and England in front so far, you could be talking about a top of the table clash, and a winner there would set both sides up, whoever wins it, for Sunday and to win the tournament, Mick.
Absolutely, Kieran. So obviously it's a round robin type tournament, so getting your win in your first game is crucial. So it looks like if Ireland and England end up looking for the win of the entire tournament, that'll be a crucial match between them. But listen, to early doors here between Scotland and England, and I expect Scotland to settle and do well. So, great goal again from the wonderful number 12, Amelie Perkins. So it's our second goal. Well done, Amelie.
Yeah, well, just before that, Nicole Morrison hit the crossbar of Maddie Coldrop down to our right-hand side here, and that allowed England. And one thing I've noticed early on, Mick, is that England are trying to go really long out from the keeper.
Yeah, so we'll have to watch that, Kieran, as the game progresses. It could be that the English team want to have a look at the keeper for Scotland in terms of what she's like for long-range shots.
Yeah, and again, Scotland on the attack now, just trying patiently to work something. But the Scottish player, who is Elisa Sinclair Kidd, was being well defended there by Harriet Dickens, and England have turned the ball over, and Dickens is just trying to swim the ball up into her left-hand side. She's Holly Toon and gives it out to Toon now, and Toon looks to have loads of ground in front of her if she can get there, which she has, and because she's going to go for the goal herself or square it, she can do either. What a lob shot there, absolutely beautiful. The opportunity presented itself. Christie was nowhere close to the goal line, and Toon just pricked the shot and then stuck it in right over Zara Christie's head, and that's 2 goals for her, 2 goals for Perkins. England have 4, and we haven't even played 4 minutes in the first quarter.
Yeah, and Holly's coming from the Tildesley club, utility player, 19 years of age, so showing her calibre there with a really lovely lob on the Scottish keeper, who, interestingly enough, Scotland have gone with Erin Mills in goal, number 13, for this opener.
Oh, chance, what a reply!
Oh, wonderful reply!
Brilliant finish there from Chloe Kirkland. Really good finish. And a fantastic strike into Maddie Coldrop's net, and Scotland have won back. Sorry, I think it was Eliza Sinclair Kidd actually who got it. My mistake. But either way, a great response from Scotland. 4-1 to England, but Scotland have got their opening goal of the tournament, and they'll be happy with that. A good lobbing finish, and England just trying to come forward again now.
Yeah, and that was Eliza from the Kirkintilloch and Kilsyth club, also a utility player for Scotland. So well done there for Eliza, lovely goal.
And England just hitting the bar once again, that one coming in from the effort there from Harriet Dickens, and Dickens has been involved an awful lot in the early stages of this game, and Erin Mills just pops it out to the right hand side here where she's found Nicole Morrison just trying to swim forward with the ball, but immediately as she does, Lucy Blerkenship has turned around and gone for goal, and the ball is still in the possession.
Yeah, Nicole also from Kirkintilloch and Kilsyth, so that's 3 players for the Kirkintilloch and Kilsyth team playing for Scotland tonight. Well done to that club and to the girls, looking good so far.
Yeah, really good defending there from Lucy Blenkenship. Just stole in and won the ball back for England, and England now again going long, and they've got players over here inside the Scottish area, but they're deciding just to go back and recycle and reuse, but there's been an infringement, and England again have players over
playing
in the advanced
right
area.
Wing. So what's telling so far, Kieran, is that England are setting up with moving to drive, so they're looking at players going from 5 metres, and they haven't been able to maximise a 30-second play, and so Scotland get it back. So one of the big features of Waterpolo, as you know, is why it's so intense that when you get possession of the ball, you have 30 seconds of attack play. So you can't just sit on the ball, you've got to move it, you've got to get it from the keeper to your point guards, to your 5 metre players, to your wing players, and in that instant Scotland lost possession, so England now get the ball back, and then they have their 30 seconds. So that's what makes Waterpolo so exciting. It's 30 seconds of you've got to maximise that to try and score. So England now on their 30, still have it. 15 seconds to go on their attack.
Yeah, and Scotland have got the ball, but it was a really careless pass there, I think, from Lauren Averill deep into the English half, and England broke really well. But
absolutely. So here we go with England moving from the wing on this play. They've got 20 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, and England just trying to slow the game down and to get the right pass and suit themselves, and they're working it centrally to try and work something, and then deciding to go out wide before they come back in centrally. And England really just trying to make all the right decisions, and it seems to have worked.
Exclusion there for Scotland for Siri Maxwell.
But again,
The
England have the ball.
Sterling
And
player.
it's Amelia Brooks.
So here we are with
has it,
England's
and
man up.
England just trying to turn
Playing
it
at
over.
the
An extra
5.
player now back to Brooks.
Give it
Bank
the
has come
4.
across. Good shot.
Oh.
And has a really good hand. And it's been turned around. The effort coming through from Harry and Dickens. But it was turned around. I think it was Rachel Luke who got the hand to it there. Either way, not a corner, and the ball's coming out, and Scotland have it now. And swimming up the pool for Scotland is Lauren Averill, and Averill now being confronted by the English number 6, that's Lucy Blankenship, and again just giving the ball away really easily, and England will be really happy to just mop that up and try and build something out with Harriet Dickens, and Dickens just pops it in front of her, and now is just going to swim right at the heart of the Scotland defence, but still in her own half, has an option long to the right, and that's the one she uses. Really
Nice
good
tussle
take
there in the centre between number 3, Lottie Winstanley, and there's another exclusion, it looks like, for Scotland. So England getting traction in their attack and in pressurising that centre place out there on right wing.
Yeah, and I suppose England would know a lot of these Scottish girls from playing with Team GB, and they'll know how to, utilise the weaknesses for their own benefit. Good block down there from the Scottish number 2, Caitlin Rose McRobbie, and Scotland have the ball back with their keeper. That keeper is Erin Mills, and Scotland just trying to work the ball up now with Nicole Morrison, and Morrison has helped just behind her if she wants it. That coming in from Chloe Kirkland, and
yeah, and I'm liking so far. There's been a nice tussle battle between Harriet Dickens and Surrey Maxwell. So I can see some nice one-on-one matchups here so far in what we've seen in this first quarter, Kieran.
Yeah, absolutely. And England again going long and again getting great traction deep inside the Scottish 3-metre line, and they've managed to get the free, and it's been popped back out, and England just trying to work it now, and they're very happy to have a player over on that right hand side and create width. But again, England just trying to come through the hole. There's a hat loose in the area, but it's Mills, the Scottish goalkeeper, who has it. I don't know who's lost the hat, but it's an English player, and England had lots of time there, but the option didn't present itself, and Scotland...
Looks like Amelie Perkins has lost a hat there.
Yeah. Scotland now swimming forward again with Averill, and Lauren Averill that is, just pops it down to her colleague there, Siri Maxwell, and you've been speaking about her battle with Harriet Dickens, and again, that time Maxwell got the better of it, and Scotland have a shot deep from distance, and it came in there from Caitlin Rose McRobbie. But that is the end of the first quarter. England lead 4-1. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back to the National Aquatic Centre here in Dublin for quarter 2 of this pool match between England and Scotland, and the ball is not in the correct position, so we can't get the swim off. Thankfully one of the English players has gone out. It would have been hard for the referee to get in there and swim for the ball, Mick.
Absolutely. I'd hope if you have your togs with you, Kieran, we might get you in there to see what you're made of.
You're a little bit closer to the pool than me, so you're up first. But a good start for England, 4-1, and they'll be quietly happy.
Yeah, look, I mean, what I've liked about that first quarter is both teams actually tactically were looking to suss each other out a bit more. The Irish game was a bit more frantic in the sense that the Irish team were super strong in the first quarter, but in that first quarter, both teams were looking to play. You can see patterns. I mean, if you look at the head coach for Scotland, Alan Donaldson, Alan brings a wealth of experience to his coaching ticket as a GB player for 1985, 87 European B Championships. He's been Scotland Multi-Nations Cup winner. So he brings a lot of experience, pedigree, and he does have here a young side again, Kieran. So it's a sign of this tournament where all of these Four Nation teams have brought some young players.
Yeah, absolutely, and a really good start for England that time. Holly Toon again filing Emile Perkins in loads of space, but thankfully for Aaron Mills in the Scottish goal, and indeed for Scotland, it hit the crossbar and came back out, and Scotland will be relieved because a goal in this initial 20 seconds of quarter number 2 would not have been the start.
So here we have again. So we talked about the statistics around winning to score your score ratio on man ups. So in this instance, it looks like Scotland wanted to play from the 6, which you call it the 6, once the outside right wing, to the 5. So that's clearly a tactic where they know that their outside shooter, number 9 for Scotland, Lauren Averill, is dangerous. So there was clearly a tactic there to look at using that play to get Lauren on the scoreboard.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mick, can we just take a moment to appreciate an absolutely brilliant English goal? It was an absolutely fantastic ball from Holly Toon all the way across that long diagonal ball we spoke about in the first quarter to Amelia Brooksbank, and she just had the easy job of sticking it in the back of the Scottish net. Really good start to the second quarter. The English have extended their lead to 5-1. They will be very happy. This is a much tighter game. It's much more hands-on, and Scotland, really good opposition for England to test themselves against, but so far the English doing really well, and a good block deep up the pool, and there's a chance on here for Perkins if she can outswim her opponent. That opponent is Lauren Averill,
and there's a break on here,
there's a chance here, there's women over if
across.
She can get it. It's Holly Toon. Holly Toon's going one-on-one with Aaron Mills here. Chance of another one for England for 6-1. Chances. Brilliant save.
Phenomenal save from Aaron Mills. Pick that one out. Brilliant save from Aaron Mills for Scotland, keeping her side in the game, because that would have been a real tough one to go 6-1. So 5-1 keeps Scotland alive and in contention. There's still plenty of time left in this game, Kieran.
Yeah, absolutely. Loads and loads and loads of time. We've only played 2 minutes in the second quarter. So Nicole Morrison got the ball and switched it across to the far side of the pool. A little bit of pushing off the ball there. And from Caitlin Rose McRobbie, and a shot came in, but it was well
a lot more
stopped
intensity.
by
Looks like
Culdrop.
England, Scotland here. The two neighbours, rivals.
England trying to work it again. Troon again. Troon just seems to be conducting the orchestra every single time. Chance at the near post, but well stopped by Mills.
Another great save. She is having a wonderful game.
And it's back in the hands of Mills after a quick 1-2 there with Siri Maxwell, and she comes out now to this side of the pool, and it's Chloe Kirkland, and Kirkland surveying all options, trying to go long but decides not, and will switch it into the centre of the pool to Caitlin Rose McRobbie.
3-on-3 for Scotland.
And Scotland have a chance now out wide, and out wide is with
the left side driver,
Siri Maxwell. Maxwell adjudged to have been foul and just pops it straight into the hole, but really good defending
well
that
read.
time by Amelia Brooksbank, the last goal scorer for England. Just tapped it down to herself and popped it back to Maddie Culdrop in the goal, and England will try and work it out.
Amelia, one of the City of Manchester players. We have quite a few City of Manchester in the squad. 3 that I can see. So City of Manchester, very renowned for really quality calibre of polo players.
Yeah,
what
brilliant.
A finish!
Absolutely super stuff again there from Emile Perkins, and it was a really good move from England. It was Keely Evans came up the pool, gave it over to Emile Cornell and into Perkins, and Perkins is really, really dangerous because
for a 15-year-old, Kieran, really phenomenal what I'm seeing. I mean, a backflip of that you wouldn't be out of range in a top senior any international tournament anywhere. That was a really strong finish. Well done to Amelia Perkins. She is having a stormer.
Yeah, absolutely. That's her third goal of the evening. Hat-trick complete. And she'll be very happy with how the first 3 minutes of quarter 2 have gone. 11 minutes gone in total, and she's got a hat-trick, and England have 6, and it's 6-1 in favour of the English, and Scotland are being forced to play right in their own half, and it's a really clever tactic from England, because to foul them that high up the pool gives them time to get back, get set up, and get the rest of their players in position.
Yeah, and again, as we spoke about, when you only have that 30 seconds on the clock and you're trying to get up the pool, Kieran, when you're being pressured high up, it limits your ability to drive through, to get play set up. So England obviously tactically have decided to press Scotland high, because they know Scotland are dangerous when they get into those drive positions.
Yeah, and speaking of driving, here comes Rachel to bike, and she's just trying to get something in, and she's found, it's over the top, it's in for Troon for Perkins. This could be number 7. Brilliant finish from Perkins. Held the ball beautifully, displayed it, took it back, and stuck it into the top right hand corner of Aaron Mills' net. Really good play. And the one thing, Mick, is Troon and Perkins are linking up so well.
Absolutely. They're clearly a combination that the coach and team know play really well together. But from all across the England side so far, I'm seeing unity, and there's harmonisation in their defence and their offence. So you can see this is a well-drilled and trained team. So this could be ominous for the Irish match tomorrow afternoon, and for also for the rest of for Wales. But Scotland, I have to say, there you go. Just as I was about to say it, I've been impressed with Scotland, and there is a really nice goal from Lucy Hobman, Lucy from Edinburgh University. So while the score is 7-2, I've seen strong performance, Kieran, from Scotland, I have to say it.
Yeah, and a really nice finish from Hobman that time, just to put a wee bit more respectability onto the scoreline and give Scotland some sort of hope. We still have over half the game left to go, and Scotland trailing by 7-2. Gary O'Brien, the Irish manager, we'll come to him in 1 second. There's a chance in here, really well dealt with by the Scots. They snuffed out the danger there, and out came Erin Mills with the ball. She scans the pool to look for the best option, and that best option is Nicole Morrison. And I suppose Gary O'Brien's over there, the Irish manager. Good victory earlier on. He'll be looking at this game, and a little bit of advantage maybe for Ireland that they played first and have that little bit of extra rest, but also he'll be looking at this English team and probably be licking his lips at the prospect of a really good game tomorrow.
Yeah, well, in fairness, I have to say, I mean, for Wales, credit to them, they did come well in the second half, but the Irish team were strong the entire 4 quarters. But I'm seeing from both Scotland and England 2 sides that will put it up to not just England, but Wales and themselves, and Wales maybe after getting that first game. In fact, when I spoke to the Welsh coach after the game, his feelings were that they gave them too much respect, Ireland. Darrell Ward felt that they didn't really put front up, so Wales will be looking to bounce back tomorrow when they play against Scotland and England.
Yeah, well, speaking of playing against England, Harriet Dickens, she has been sublime in a defensive capacity and is after sticking an absolute peach into the top right-hand corner of the Scottish net, and England are 8-2 up, and they are really enjoying themselves here tonight in Dublin.
Harriet is of, again, the City of Manchester club, is currently a student. She's had 9 caps for GB Junior, 11 for England, has captained England under 17 EU Nations 2021 and 2022, and GB under 19 European Championships in 22. So Harriet is clearly a player to watch over the next few days here at the National Aquatic Centre. She really is a very strong player, and only 17 years of age.
Yeah, absolutely. And just for anyone tuning in, Mick, the keeper come off the line there and gave the ball away. There was an infringement the referees have called, and just an easy possession for Scotland.
Indeed, and again, what's useful to look at here, Kieran, is how Scotland set up. They've gone with a double drive, so they put 2 players in to try to open up the English defence, and that's probably what we saw in the first match when Ireland played Wales. When Wales went with the double drive, they did find gaps. So that could be something we'll see from teams when the press has been hard to get 2 players in close to the goal, and it just makes it a little bit more frantic for the defenders in terms of what they have to defend.
Yeah, indeed. And England have possession right where they want it, just on the 6 metre line. It's shifted inside. A good chance, a good block down there from Caitlin Rose McRobbie, and England just trying with Amelia Brooksbank.
The turnover there with the 30 seconds gone on the clock.
To work something, but Scotland have it back. Nicole Morrison gives it forward now to Lauren Averill, and Averill just pops
Lucy
it straight
Hobman
back
into
inside.
centre forward, being marked by Amelia Brooksbank. Amelia
What
from
a
the
reach.
City of Manchester club as well. And Amelia strong in defence there, coming away with it, swimming with the ball. Again, some of the skills, for those tuning in, for children and kids that are looking at water polo, when you watch this on our live stream with HBV Live Studios, you'll see lots of great skills from all the players. Oh,
that
phenomenal
is right
goal
out of the top
inside
draw.
5 from the brilliant Lottie Winstanley there. Lottie from the Watford club, a centre forward, 9 junior caps, and also has played for England under 17 and the EU Nations 2021 and 2022, and only 18. So again, a young player, but you're showing her skill set there, and scoring from out deep is always impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose, Mick, the one great thing about that move there was we saw Lottie Winstanley go up with side on to the ball, was able to scoop it down and intercept it to herself, swam the pool, found Winstanley, and a really good finish. Another thing too about England that is very evident tonight, they're really defending in numbers.
Oh, good tussle there in the middle of the pool, and it looks like that's an exclusion for Scotland's number 8, Lucy McNair. Lucy from Dunfermline.
On Dickens. Well, it was wild and right.
Should have been a goal.
But really, she had an opportunity there to stick it exactly where she was trying to, into that far corner of Aaron Mills' net. And I think that would have been good night Vienna had that one gone in. But even at 9-2, maybe Scotland have a slight chance. It is with Nicole Morrison, and Morrison now being closely attended to in there by the aforementioned Harriet Dickens.
The head coach, Katie Cutler for England, must be very pleased with what she's seen so far from her side. Across the offense and defense, they've been solid, they've been tidy. 9-2 with 17 seconds to go as we come to the end of the first half. Effectively, as we said, there are 4 quarters in water polo, so we're coming to the first half here of this. And yes, Katie Cutler, head coach, will be very pleased with what she's seen so far from England.
Yeah, and that is it. It is a shot from England to conclude the second quarter. It came in there from the English number 7, Keely Evans. But we leave you at half time with the English leading the Scots by 9-2. Welcome back to the third quarter here between England and Scotland at the National Aquatic Centre here in Dublin. England will be much the happier after half time. They lead by 9-2, but it's been a really interesting game so far because Scotland are trying to get as much traction as they can and defend in numbers, but England just seem to be able to probe their way through the Scottish defence. The referee calling for both sides to take to the pool, and England are on the line and ready. England now shooting from left to right as you look at it, and Scotland making their way out slowly back to their starting positions. The ball is in the centre of the pool as always, and let's just take a wee look at the Scottish team. So we'll read out there, have 1 to 13 here on this trip to Dublin. So it's Zara Christie at 1, Caitlin Rose McRobbie 2, Rachel Luke 3, Lucy Hubman at 4, Chloe Kirkland 5, Elisa Sinclair Kidd at 6, Grace Dowley 7, Lucy McNair 8, Lauren Averill 9, Rachel Mell 10, Siri Maxwell 11, Nicole Morrison 12, and Erin Mills at 13. And Mick, you're going to take us through the profiles of the Scottish players.
Indeed, and for this third quarter, we see in goal for Scotland Zara Christie from Dunfermline Waterpolo Club. Big shout out to all joining us from Dunfermline, looking in at our tournament this evening, as Zara is there in goals for Scotland against England. Her biggest water polo achievement so far, captain of the under-17 GB girls in 2022, and the goalkeeper for City of Manchester, gaining best water polo player league promotion to Division 2 in 2023.
Just as Mick is finishing up there, Harriet Dickens gets yet another one tonight. That's her second of the evening, and England are 10-2 up.
Yeah, and number 2 for Scotland, Kathleen Rose McRobbie, again from Dunfermline. Her biggest water polo achievement so far, representing the Scotland senior women's water polo team at 5 tournaments and being selected to be captain of the Scottish team.
Scotland just trying to work something deep in English territory, but England really comfortable in defence, and they're just happy now to scoop it out and get it out of this near side here beside us. And the ball is safely in the hands of Keely Evans from City of Manchester, and Keely just plays
just looking across at Rachel Luke for Western Bats, blocking that far left side wing. Rachel is a utility player, and her biggest water polo achievement so far is being given the opportunity to travel with the Scottish national development squad as a referee. So Ruth looking to move into the referee sphere after she hangs up her togs. But here she is playing brilliantly for Scotland tonight. Yeah,
and another goal there for England. This time came from Emile Cornell, and England lead by 11 goals to 2. And Mickey, you'd have to say they're more than comfortable.
Yeah, it's been an interesting game, Kieran. I've been quite impressed with what I've seen from Scotland. Their setups, for exact, here we have Lucy Hubman of the Edinburgh University. She's had a strong game. She was looking to get in at that centre forward position. The players at centre forward and centre back, those tussles can be really the making and breaking of a team's winning or losing in a match, because it's so important how those players match up.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you, a player that would be on everyone's team sheet, Emile Perkins. That is another one for her tonight. It is her 5th goal of the evening. She has been a star in a very bright English lineup.
She really has, Kieran, and it's testament to what Katie Cutler has done with this squad, that she knows the players she has in, whether it's the starting 7 or those coming off the bench as utility players, utilising the roster. We talked about it a lot, being able to maximise what you have on the bench. It isn't just about the starting 7, it's about the entire squad, and that's what makes water polo, again, really fascinating, that players rotate so much, but whenever you're in the water, you play a vital part for no matter how long you're playing and taking part in the game.
Scotland have done really well there to try and overturn the ball, and they had overturned it. They tried to get a breakaway, but the Scottish player was Lucy Hobman, and she just couldn't get away. It looked as if she had got water in her eyes there when Rachel Luke was trying to set her away.
Oh, it's been won back by England. Really brilliant play by number 2 for England, Harriet Dickens. She's having a fantastic game, has to be said, Kieran.
Yeah, it's a really good game, and here's True now. The chance, a lovely one, skited off the ground, and Holly Toon has completed her hat-trick, but that was again a turnover in the Scottish half of the pool. Indeed,
and it's showing how focused England are. One of the big things we talk about in water polo is being alert. That 30-second backwards and forwards, but if you can steal a ball from the opposition, you effectively gain a quick another 30 seconds, and that's what England did there, and they were able to counter really well and get a really nice counter away breaking goal.
Yeah, and I think 14-2, they will be quite happy with their evening's work. And if we consider the scoreline in the earlier game, it was 21-5, it was 14-2 now. It looks to be that Ireland and England are on a par.
Absolutely, but I have to say with Scotland, they're showing great determination, they're showing great zest in when they go forward. they've just been a little bit unlucky, I have to say. And in fairness to them, they are facing a very strong goalie, a goalie who is got strong positioning in her goal. So that makes it difficult for Scotland when the goalie you're facing is at such a top level.
Yeah, absolutely. But can I just mention Chloe Kirkland there with a really good steal and just pops it back to, I think it's the new goalkeeper, is it Grace Dowley in the Scottish Sticks. And Scotland just trying to work something out now, back with Chloe Kirkland and confronted high up the pool. But was alleged to have been fouled there by England's Ruby Rosser. And ball inside now, but chance.
Oh, a bit of a slinger there from the Scottish number 4, Lucy. One of my favourite moves, has to be said, Kieran, looking at a slingshot. It's a hard shot to save for any keeper. You just never know where it's going to go, maybe top corner or sometimes rosette. Yeah,
indeed, and that one just smacked off the crossbar there from Lucy Hobman, and I think Maddie Caldrop would have been delighted with that one. Meanwhile,
lovely pass to the right wing and finished with aplomb by the brilliant Ruby Rosser. Ruby of the Wording team. Big shout out to all the members of Wording that are hopefully tuned in this evening. Lucy flying the flag for your club and for England tonight. Well done to Lucy.
Well, Ruby's first goal of the evening coming, as it is now England by 15 goals to 2, and we have just over 4 minutes left in quarter 3 here at the National Aquatic Centre.
Well
in
done,
Dublin.
Ruby Ross.
So England just making the changes there down to our left-hand side, but Scotland have the ball just over halfway, and the ball is in the hands of Lucy McNair. And Lucy just pops it out to the right-hand side. There's a chance on here in the central channel now with a lob shot. Oh, it was a good effort from, was it Grace Dowley, but it's gone over the bar.
And Kieran, Lucy McNair, only 14 from the Dunfermline Waterpolo Club. Again, big shout out to all the Dunfermline members and family and friends of Lucy who are looking here at HBV Live at the Ireland Waterpolo Four Nations Tournament. Lucy is a centre forward, and her biggest water polo achievement so far has been selected to represent Scotland at the home nations at the age of 14. So she's seeing this as her biggest achievement. Well done to you, Lucy, and really great to have you here for these 3 days of exciting water polo at the Aquatic Centre.
Yeah, and Rachel Tibke there, just as we were watching on, tried one with the back of the right hand, but it was round the corner and didn't bother Zara Christie. But England are coming again, and this time it's Holly Toon, and Toon just gives a lovely little one inside, and it's another 1-2, and that is excellent play by England. It was Lucy Blenkmanship into Rachel Tibke, and it is in the back of the Scottish net, and that's Rachel's first goal of the evening, and England are cruising.
Yeah, Rachel of the City of Liverpool club. Rachel is here with Amelie as well. Amelie Cornell from the City of Liverpool. So what I'm liking about these sides, Kieran, is that there's a lot of players from different clubs. We talk about sometimes at international level, say rugby, or you have for example the Irish team made up of 1 or 2 sides. But what's really great about these teams so far, they're all from lots of clubs across Scotland, England, Wales and Ireland. So that's a great reflection of the clubs themselves and all the work being done by all the coaches. So big shout out to all the coaches and all the academy coaches to see all these players representing their countries.
Well, you're giving them enough of a plug. I'd say you're definitely in for a nice time the next time you're in England and Scotland, but fair play. But it's been a really good evening's entertainment so far, Mick.
Absolutely. I mean, look, as an opening evening goes, we're seeing some very high quality water polo, and for those listening, if you're watching live, if you are in Dublin, come on down to the facility. It's free to attend, to watch the games here live at the Aquatic Centre. So really is top class water polo on our doorsteps here in Dublin.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. And Scotland just trying to get the ball out with Siri Maxwell, and she's got loads of ground in front of her. She can make up. She's option centrally as well. Is she going to go? A lovely little ball into the hole, but that was excellent defending
there
from Keely Evans from Manchester. You've spoken about her already. Really well read situation.
Yeah, very clever again. That alertness just to watch what's going on, because it's very difficult, Kieran, to steal those balls when the passes are so crisp and accurate, and to reach out. Oh, another great finish. Fantastic. Another goal there for England.
Yeah,
15-2.
It's Emile Perkins once again, and she's been absolutely brilliant. But I think the great thing, and from the English point of view, and something that their management team will be really, really happy about, is a lot of these goals are coming from hard work in defence, transitioning up the pool, and then sticking them away.
Exactly. Scoring. Like obviously the scores, the goals. They're the players get all the plaudits, but in actual fact, we talked about it in the first game. It's the defence, it's the tightness that allows these players to go and get up. And here we go again, England on the attack.
Yeah.
Another opportunity.
It's Blankenship with the chance and just took her time. The Scottish keeper just looks over at the management as if to say, what can I do? It was a really good rob, and England are absolutely flying. It's Blankenship with a goal, her first of the evening. It's England's 16th, and it was very interesting because in the previous attack, just the one there that was well robbed by Keely Evans, Lucy McNair just looked up, smacked the water as if to say, my God, how did she do that? And it was very interesting that Zara Christie did basically the exact same thing by looking over to the coach and saying, how do I stop it?
Indeed. And look, as I said, with young players, sometimes there's so much energy, there's so much desire and drive, and then they can get disappointed, frustrated too. So it's the coach's job to make sure to channel that energy, Kieran, whether you're up, whether you're down, if the game isn't going your way, but just to keep moving and keep the momentum and keep that positivity.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there was a chance for Scotland for Kit and Rose McRobbie. Easy save by Maddie Calderup, and she said Harriet Dickens away, and Dickens just fainted to the right, took the shot, underside of the crossbar, but thankfully from the Scottish point of view it didn't go in, and that would have just compiled more misery on to Zara Christie and indeed to the entire Scottish team. But Scotland have it back now inside the 5 metre line, and they're just trying to do something there with Lauren Averill, but she's judged to have been fouled, I think, and she was indeed by Keely Evans, and the referee's just giving them the free. Lauren
Averill of the Portobello Waterpolo Club. Big shout out to everybody listening in and looking from Portobello. Lauren's biggest achievement so far is also being selected at this tournament, so a lot of new caps here with this Scottish side.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're just inside the final 43 seconds of quarter number 3 here at the National Aquatic Centre. Another chance here for Perkins. What a brilliant bit of play.
Really, really good goal there from Perkins. I have to say, Kieran, in fairness, I thought this game was going to be a little bit closer the way the first quarter opened up. Tactically, it felt like Scotland had thought out how to match up against England, but it seems that England, the fitness levels, the type of play they have, and the type of calibre of players, looks like, looking through their roster, a lot have played for Team GB. So we know England is a very strong water polo nation, and that's shining through tonight in this match. So lots more to look forward to with this English side over the next 3 days.
Yeah, it seems that way. Hopefully there won't be too much to look forward to tomorrow when they play Ireland. But anyway, England have got it, and we will talk more in the fourth quarter about the scoring from Emile Perkins in comparison to Mairead Baker and Ciara Frankie earlier on. But the referee's calling for the ball here, and for those at home who are just a wee bit unsure, it looks to be a timeout.
Yeah, again, timeout opportunity for both sides just to regroup, get a breath, assess what's left in terms of time. So it looks like, Kieran, I have to say, it looks like there may be a complete exclusion for Scotland's number 2, so that may be a brutality foul. I didn't see that one, but it may. Oh, actually, it looks like it looks there's just a major in the sense that she's been excluded for a man up for England. So she's still in the game. One of the things to watch out for: 3 exclusions on major fouls. That's you out of the game for the rest of the match. But you can obviously sub in a player. But if a player is out for brutality, well then they have to look sternly at that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're inside the final 5 seconds here in the end of the third quarter, and the ball has been put back in. So England have it.
They're playing 3-on-3. Interesting little move there. Little drive from the left wing. Oh, that is a wonderful man-up play there from England. Clearly one from the training pitch, where they had it across at right wing to 6, flicked it to 5, went to 4 to 3, and then that drove into the near post. you're going to see a lot of that, particularly as the tournament goes on. Players will have, if games are tight, on those man-up situations, finding a way to nudge a goal ahead, because in a tight game, those man-ups could be crucial to the win.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, all right. Well, that concludes the action here at the third quarter. England leading by 18 goals to 2. See you for quarter 4 very shortly. Welcome back to the National Aquatic Centre here in Dublin on what is an absolutely beautiful Friday evening. What a night for water polo here for this home nations tournament. Ireland 21-5 winners over Wales in the first game, and in the second and final game of the night, it's England who lead Scotland by 18 goals to 2. Quarter 4 is just about to get underway, but join us tomorrow for an absolutely bumper day of water polo action live here on HBV Studios. Games at 9:30 and 11 in the morning. It's England and Wales, then Ireland, Scotland in the men's. 1:45 and 3:15 we go back to the women's, Wales and Scotland, and then Ireland and England, and we conclude tomorrow night at 5:30, and then an absolute cracker should be in store at 7 o'clock. It's Scotland and Wales, followed by Ireland and England, live here from the National Aquatic Centre in Dublin.
Yes, Kieran, so we're at 18-2 in this quarter, the final quarter, as you said, so lots more to look forward to on day 2 of our Four Nations tournament here at the National Aquatic Centre for Ireland Waterpolo and Swim Ireland. It's been a wonderful first evening, has to be said. Brilliant play from both sides that we're seeing here, and the opener from Ireland, what can we say about that?
From someone who absolutely just loves the sport from a spectating point of view, wouldn't have the knowledge that you bring to it from the coaching point of view, but I thought it was an excellent start, and I think that Gary O'Brien will be delighted, and I think he'll be licking his lips at the prospect of playing this England team, but also a little bit fearful because they're showing so far how good they are. And just a little point to bring us back there, we see that Emile Perkins has scored 7 tonight. We saw earlier on Mairead Baker got 5 and Ciara Frankie got 6, so we're looking at some serious competition at the top end of the pool.
Yeah, and look, and just as you say that, there's England again, bursting through from the left side. Will she but really nice defence fantastic from the Scottish team. So, this is what I mean. Even though England have gone ahead and are winning by such a margin, Scotland are playing very well for such a young side. But to your point, Gary O'Brien will be taking notes about this England side. They are young, but there's clearly calibre right through from 1 to 15. It really is a solid looking English team, has to be said.
Absolutely, and a fantastic rob there from Siri Maxwell on Lottie Winstanley just as she was about to pull the trigger. But meanwhile, England have it deep into Scottish territory again. They've gone back near enough to halfway, and they're just trying to work something, and it's back again now with the English number 11. That is Amelia Brooksbank. Comes back to Brooksbank after the quick 1-2, switches out to the far side of the pool. Lovely ball around the corner. What a goal!
Nice slinger, bum, yes. What a brilliant goal. I mean, it has to be said, Lottie Winstanley has really had a superb game. Lottie from the Watford club, and for those that are watching from Watford, we say hello. Lottie is really playing fantastic pole, and that was a brilliant finish from Lottie.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. And again, it was Brooksbank got it. That wee ball around the corner made it look lovely. And then Lottie Winstanley wasn't to be denied 2 times in a row. Great goal for Lottie. That's her second of the evening. It's England's 19th. And Mick, just going back to the Scottish team, we had gotten through an awful lot of them, but there's just so many bright sparks in this Scottish team.
Absolutely. I mean, it's as I said, they're just playing really, really well tonight. It has to be said.
All right, well, Scotland just trying to work the balls through the central areas now before they can scan the option. It was nearly overhit, but it was well kept in play there, and it's very close to the end line, but there's a chance on here for Scotland that they can and they have retained possession, but they swapped it big time out to the far side to Siri Maxwell, and Maxwell was under good pressure there from Ruby Rosser, but the buzzer's gone, and England have defended that one well.
Yeah, and that's a sign for Gary O'Brien, the Irish coach, that on 6 on 5, England are very well drilled, because 6 on 5, as we said, you've got the extra player, but England coped with that really well. So that's something that Gary O'Brien will be watching a lot, that even on a 6 on 5, England are quite structured, and so moving them around to get gaps, to find those gaps. But I'm confident Gary O'Brien will be thinking overnight to look at ways to see if he can find any chinks in that English armour, as will be Wales, it has to be said.
Yeah, here's an interesting one now. Perkins fouled, but it would be Keely Evans, as you mentioned, from City of Manchester to take the penalty, and a good stop.
Super save.
Down to our right-hand side went Zara Christie, and that is a really good stop, and Evans would be disappointed with that. She's had a good game.
Zara again from Dunfermline. They'll be really pleased with what they've seen from Zara there. Fantastic save, well done.
And I think she's deserved that over the course of the night, Mick. She's done
had
really
a
well.
Brilliant game, Kieran. She really has been. The scoreline belies the type of shift and work that Zara has put in for her team.
Well, let's move on to the English team, Mick. I know there's a lot of players in there that excite you ahead of the rest of the weekend's action, and let's get a catch up on some of the English profiles.
Look, like Maddie Caltrop from Mid Sussex Marlins, 19, has 4 caps for GB Junior and has played for GB as well. So again, that GB plug into this England side is all through them. And you got Harriet Dickens for the City of Manchester, a utility player, 17. Has captained England under 17, and then Lottie Winstanley of Watford, a centre forward, and has played for under 17 England and EU nations. Amelie Cornell, number 4, City of Liverpool, utility player, has played for England under 17 as well. And Rachel Tipke of City of Liverpool, utility, is a physiotherapy student and has captained GB under 19. So again, you're seeing, Kieran, that a lot of this England side have played for Team GB, so that is quite a high level. Lucy Blankenship of City of Manchester, previous competitions GB under 17, and then there is 12 for England, with another super finish, Amelie Perkins, 15 from Cheltenham. I mean, 15 years of age. Again, showing that the academies are putting so much into these young players, and to be playing senior water polo, Kieran, is really phenomenal. So 15 years of age, Amelie Perkins from Cheltenham.
Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing about that one, Mick, there was she was under serious pressure from Chloe Kirkland, who looked to have the situation well defended, but it just goes to show the class of the girl, because she got away, got that little half a second, and found the corner of Zara Christie's net, and she's had a fantastic evening here in Dublin. Yeah,
and look, you've got the likes of Kelsey Evans from Tidsley, also there, another GB junior, Ruby Rosser from Worthing, Holly Toon, Tilsley, 19 and then Amelie Brooksbank, Manchester, vice captains for GB and GB EU Nations. So while they're a young side, Kieran, I expect them to give, and there's a great goal back for Scotland. Well done.
Absolutely brilliant move there from Scotland. They worked the ball from right to left. They found the space. And Maddie Calder's had a really good game in the Scottish net. So for Siri Maxwell to find that space on this side of the pool after they switched it once or twice, a really good finish. I think she's had an excellent evening tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, just the finish off with the England squad. I mentioned Amelie Perkins already, a phenomenal performance. And then Madeleine Brown from Hucknall, goalkeeper for England. In the University of Edinburgh, and this is her first cap, so well done Madeleine, and well done Club Hucknall to see Madeleine Brown in the England squad tonight.
I think we have another penalty here, and Zara Christie was not one bit happy about that. New penalty taker, I'll let you know. It is Emile Cornell, and she'll take the penalty. The previous one was taken by Keely Evans, which was excellently saved by Zara Christie.
Amelia from the city of Liverpool, as I said, 9 junior caps. Here she goes.
So it's take 2. Oh, it's a really good finish.
Great finish from Amelie Cornell. Fantastic. So look, 3 minutes to go, 21-3. It's going to have different feelings for both sides. A little bit like Wales, a bit despondent against Ireland in that first match. Scotland, will feel they have played very well, but they faced a very strong defensive setup from England. They're very strong in the press, so it's very hard to break them down, to drive through. But they'll take lots of positives, as will Wales from the first game. And so that Wales-Scotland match will be very interesting tomorrow as well, Kieran.
Yeah, absolutely. Loads of interest and action coming up here live on HBV Studios tomorrow. We have 6 games all live for you, starting at 9:30 in the morning and finishing at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. So get the feet up, get the kettle on, and get watching the water polo. And you're in very safe hands, Mick, with myself and yourself.
Well, Kieran, we're looking like the Irish team in the first match. We're fairly solid, but there's lots ahead of us. So let's see if we can keep up the standards for the entire 3 days.
All right, well, England now with possession in the Scottish half of the pool, trying to work something in. All over, little bounce ball into the centre
forward.
Oh, what a shot, and what a save from Zara Christie. It was a really
worldly of a save. Well done.
Lucy Blankenship just turned it around the corner, but as quick as she turned it around, Zara Christie was able to hit it off the post and not concede the corner.
Zara
really
Christie
good
will
keeping.
be really pleased with that, because those backflips, as I said, like a side slinger, they're very hard to save. So for keepers to react to them, fantastic reactions.
Well, we're inside the last 2 minutes here, Mick, and as we mentioned already, the first female game that takes place tomorrow is, of course, Wales and Scotland. So that will be a really interesting game and a great start to the women's tournament tomorrow.
Indeed. So, this tournament is relentless. As we said, it's a round robin, so you play each side once. So whatever happens this evening, all 4 sides, they will be tired. It's, playing at night, recovery, because you're after a game, you're full of energy. So coming down from a match when you played late in the evening, the biggest thing for these teams tonight is recuperate, recover, rest up to be ready for for tomorrow and for Sunday.
Yeah, and speaking of being ready, was Zara Christie not more than ready from that shot from Emile Cornell?
Thrown into centre forward again.
Save. Another excellent save. Oh, she has been tremendous in the Scottish goal tonight. Don't let the score fool you. 2 excellent saves in quick succession. She saved a penalty, nearly got to the other one, and she has been so strong in the Scottish goals. It just goes to show you how strong the English attack was, particularly in the earlier quarters with Holly Toon and with Emile Perkins, that they got the space to put it past the Scottish goalkeeper. Yeah. But fantastic saves.
Absolutely.
We're inside the final minute now, and Scotland have conceded the free, and England will have it, and they'll be just delighted. 50 seconds to go, and England will be more than happy just to swim down their 30 seconds allocation here before the ball is surrendered, because they lead quite comprehensively, 21 goals to 3, as they're deep into the Scottish territory. And make just one thing, if this tournament does go the full hog, and if there is potentially a draw tomorrow in either of the 2 games, score difference will be very important.
Score difference will count, absolutely.
So despite Ireland's emphatic win earlier on, England have the advantage.
Exclusion there for Chloe Kirkwood. So what's again worth mentioning, a lot of these players are teammates in Team GB, Kieran, so they know each other really well. So playing against each other, whether it's club level, and then playing opportunity to play 4 nations for these players, is something that they're obviously going to cherish, to play against their actual GB teammates for their home nations.
Absolutely, and just lets us bring you back to an absolutely fantastic save there from Zara Christie. She got it out to Rachel Luke, and Luke just gave it straight back to her. The danger has been averted, the game has ended, and England will be the happier. They have won this opening fixture for them in the group by 21 goals to 3. It was a fantastic evening's action here at the National Aquatic Centre. Ireland have beaten Wales earlier on by 21-5. England have finished up winning by 21-3. And Mick, before we leave it, we're looking forward to an excellent Saturday's action.
Absolutely, Kieran. I mean, in fairness, for the first 2 games of an opening tournament, we've seen some excellent water polo from all 4 sides. So they can go home to their hotels this evening and rest up. And well done to all 4 nations. Well done to Ireland Water Polo, Swim Ireland, and HBV Studios. We hope you've enjoyed opening day, and we look forward to the next 2 days here at the National Aquatic Centre.
All right, from all of us here, good night. Iho, and we'll see you tomorrow.